Welcome to Meeks Bottom Line. I'm your girl Meek, and we're here to discuss Philly sports. I have my husband Newt, OG Chuck, my girl Adrienne, Big Floyd Lloyd, and cousin Rocky, who's been missing for a couple of weeks. So we're glad to have him back. What's up, Rock?
What's up, cousin?
Right now, I see we're all equals down, and we representing. But first, I'm going to do something different. We're going to start with Red October. How about that? Shout out to our Phillies who are in the playoffs. It's Red October. We're super psyched since last year. You know, we made it as far as none of us could have thought that we've gotten that far last year. So
there go Adrian back in motion.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow the game starts at 8:08. Tomorrow, the first pitch is going to be Zach Wheeler versus Jose Lorando.
Okay. And we're playing the Marlins. Game 1 is tomorrow. Game 2 is Wednesday. Game 3 is Thursday. And the Marlins record is 84-77. Our record is 90-72. But we did lose our doubleheader to the Mets on Saturday, and we won yesterday 9-1. So that was the final. That was the final season game. So
yeah, that was the tune-up. That was the tune-up.
Yes.
Did we play we played the Marlins before, right?
Oh yeah.
And we did pretty well, right?
Yeah, the series between the Phillies and the Marlins during the season was Marlins won the series, and they won 7 games. We won 6 versus them. So, that don't really mean nothing. But when it gets to the playoffs, it's time to turn it up.
What's the key to our win?
Our key is pitching and defense. And as soon as we can hold that big lead, keep it there, and the pitchers got to just turn it up, because what happened last year. We had a good lead. Defense, the pitchers are starting, just start breaking down, and they get frustrated. But I think they're gonna do good now. They already got a taste in their mouth since last year, and I think they're just gonna go out there and play ball.
Yeah, who's pitching tomorrow? Do you know?
Zach Wheeler, first game.
Okay.
And
Nola's game 2 against Braxton Garrett, and then game 3 is maybe. So if the Phillies win the game 1 and 2, we go to the next round.
Okay. All right. So, here we go.
Chuck got something for us. Chuck want to say something. What you got, Chuck?
Well, it's been 10 years since we made it to the playoffs on back-to-back years. So that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough to like.
08 and 09.
Okay, well, and now 2023. Here we go again.
Hey, Lloyd, did you see what they called that swing on Harper a strike? That wasn't no strike.
Oh my God! Listen, even Ray Charles, if Ray Charles was alive, he would have called that safe. Like, come on, man, that's a ball.
Did you see it, Chuck?
Yeah, I saw. Look, that umpire don't have to worry about getting no playoff games.
Yeah, you go. Same thing.
He was checking his book. He was calling his bookie. Hold up, I got him out. All right.
That's what happened. And that's right.
It's always a bookie involved. Well,
his game's gonna get audited. They're gonna audit his games.
Tell me about it.
Well, Bryce was angry enough.
Or what they're gonna do is start using that replay.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I
believe it's going to eventually come into effect.
Okay.
Because if you notice that post calls like that, they got to replay it, and it's fair.
Once you replay it, you see that it's obvious.
Yeah.
Well, they probably could only have one or two challenges, because if you start replaying on pitches, you'll be all day playing a baseball game.
Yeah, how about that? I know that. Yeah, they're scoring up the trying to get it over in a regular amount of time.
Yeah, because look, he's at third base. Me looking at home plate, and I wear glasses to read, not to see. I would have been like, hold up, that's far away from him. How he swung that? That's how I just don't understand that at all. That's far away for a third baseman. Umpire can call that. That's too far away.
Well, it's another bad call, but we live to tell the story.
Yeah.
Well, one good thing is Reese Hopkins started taking batting practice, so if they make it to the World Series, he'll be able to be a DH.
Okay.
They got to make it to the World Series.
Yeah.
You say when we make it to the World Series, you're right. You
Oh,
right.
exactly.
right.
When we make it to the
I don't know.
World
I can
Series.
sound like you
Speaking to
misspoke.
the
guys.
I did. That was
Okay.
a Freudian slip.
That's okay.
Absolutely.
You caught yourself kind of, but it's okay. It's all right.
Newt caught me.
I know that's right. We don't play that second guessing stuff.
So the Phillies are hot tomorrow. That's tomorrow night at 8 are the Phillies, and we'll be wearing our red. We should wear our red today, but we didn't wear our red because
We're gonna wait till we win.
We're
We're
we all
4-0.
our green and black for our Eagles. Yes,
That's right.
we didn't do a segment last week when we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 25-11, and our record became 3-0. We beat Baker Mayfield, and I thought they were going to do a little bit more than they did, but they didn't. Jalen had 20, his passing was 23 for 37, 277 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. They still look like they're kind of rusty, but slight improvements each week. So
Wait, those stats that you just gave were from yesterday or the week before?
From the week before.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see any interceptions yesterday.
Right.
No, he didn't throw no interception. He threw for 319 yards with 2 touchdowns.
Ouch, that's my job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you can't. That's okay. I'm just joking with you.
Look, said I got my stats
I got you.
today.
That's right. I appreciate
Got
that.
your back.
I got you back.
Thank you, big boy Lloyd. Got those stats in. And yes, Jalen did throw for 319 yards and hit Brown for 2 touchdowns. And we are now 4-0.
And he also rushed for 34 yards.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's the big winner yesterday? Who was it? Is it Elliott has been our savior for real. But
AJ
Brown, okay. Swift
is he's a
he ran for 156 yards. They had to spread the love a little bit. I think the other running back was crying a little bit, but it is what it is.
Well, we're still getting the rust off.
Goddard, right? Because they're saying Goddard's not as involved as everybody wants him to be.
That's the coordinator.
He did some clutch catches.
That's the coordinator's fault, but like you said, Meek, we're still getting the rust off.
Mm-hmm.
And we're making improvement every game, and I'd rather be 4-0 and getting the rust off than the opposite.
Right.
I would like to see a little bit more maturity out of AJ Brown. I mean, he's starting to be a prima donna. I mean, arguing with Jalen on the sidelines, and then yesterday the taunting penalty that could have really turned that game because it gave them a shorter field.
actually
He needs to be. He's a star player, but he needs to show a little bit more maturity.
Yeah.
And now when you see it, now I'm not saying he was right because they called the call.
Well, the kid was talking trash all week about them, so he's gonna rub it into him just a little bit. I think he did it at the wrong time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, could have made a difference. It was a close game though, close to overtime, and it was very exciting. It was also a good challenge for us as we were going through this season.
I think it was only exciting because we won.
Yeah.
It would not have been exciting had we lost that game.
Let me tell you how
division game too,
Right.
in the third quarter when I thought we had it clinched, and then I start seeing them come back, and then like you said, the penalty, and then they score with the 1 second. I'm like, oh, this is too much.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the penalties. They had 11 penalties, and they all came in inopportune times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still the jury's still out for me for the offensive coordinator because I would have ran the clock out.
Right, exactly.
Field goal position and kick the field goal. I wouldn't have gave them a chance to come back. So I know it's pretty and exciting that they scored the touchdown at the end, but that's really not smart football because you left too much time on the clock. And had it been a great quarter, if that guy could do it for Washington, just think like a Mahomes type quarterback. You leaving too much time on the clock.
Not at all.
What'd you say, Rock?
No, I agree with Chuck. I said all of America or football fans try to find out why we ain't run out the clock. That was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially when we didn't stop them the whole game.
Right.
I'd have won the game. That was it.
But you know what the crazy about this game was? Washington prepared for this game really good against us because they were just giving underneath passes and they were getting those short passes. And because And you know what's the crazy part about that game was too? The corners was not even jamming them for to get those short passes, because that was my problem, because they didn't adjust to maybe certain plays, but I
They
don't know,
played too
because I know we
soft.
need a safety real bad. I know
Well,
we need a safety.
we still missing two guys out the secondary.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
but the other thing is Washington always plays the Eagles tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's our
you're
trap.
right.
That's our trap game. They got beat really badly last week. They got embarrassed. But no matter what talent they have, they always play the Eagles tough.
Always.
I think we were
Yep.
8-0 last year when they came and beat us.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
they did it.
But
Yep.
isn't that
They
what
always play
happens
tough.
when you're? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just agreeing with everybody else. Right? Yeah. They always play the Eagles tough. That first game, they play the Eagles tough. And you got Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid's, offensive coordinator, all
Right.
stars lined up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was like Chuck said, it was a trap game. I'm glad they were able to win it with the offense not still, 100% on all cylinders. But,
Right.
But shouldn't this be the expectations moving forward, that we are the team to beat, and that all the teams are looking to beat us like that? Like
Yeah.
they're going to bring their A game, whoever we play. So our next game is with the Rams, who's a great team. Well, Matt Stafford, and then after that we play the Jets. So I mean,
Well, they're gonna look at this.
team.
They're gonna look at this game as a blueprint to see how they can beat us. But I think we're not a one-dimensional team. We can run and we can throw the ball, and we got a defense too on the front line. So I don't think by having people there. I was listening to the radio and stuff. They were saying, "Oh, they might take this as a blueprint to beat the Eagles," but I think we can beat them in so many type of ways that they better not think like that.
And we got the best offensive line in football. So you can look at all the tape you want. You're not going to stop us from blowing those guys off the line.
Yeah, they hurt
As
though.
long as the Eagles stay with the running game to set up the pass, as opposed to trying to set up the pass to set the running game, we'll be all right. They got to stay with the running game no matter what.
But we always seem to pull back as soon as it's going good. Like the first half, we found Swift. He was making yardage. He tired out the defense of the other team. And then the second half, it's like Jalen's passing, and then he's more accurate, and you could see he's improving each game, his accuracy and threading the ball to AJ Brown and Devontae, and they're making some great catches. I mean, I
think you have to you do have to switch it up, because they're going to, like I said, if we know that you're going to run it, now we're going to put more people in the middle. We're going to close that hole. So you got to keep them guessing what you're going to do.
I agree with that, but I just don't think we use it to our advantage enough. I'm not saying like if it's 1st and 10, you don't always have to throw the ball. I would say at least for 2 of those, you should 1st and 2nd down, you can run the ball, get a couple yardage, and then if you have to throw it short yardage. There's nothing wrong with it. Instead of going third and fourth down, and you're doing the quarterback sneak, where I'm not tired of it. It's working for them, but I'm really concerned that Jalen Hurts is going to get hurt.
It's called the brotherly shove.
The brotherly shove.
The brotherly shove.
There's nothing brotherly about the shove.
Well,
get
I'm
out the
from
way.
old
Don't want to
school,
get shoved.
and
Get
I'm
out the way.
saying run it down near your throat. Smash mouth football.
That's right.
Pound and ground. Okay, they can't stop it. Keep going with it.
That's how Buddy
Especially
Ryan
in those
did it.
situations.
Okay, all right. Well,
Especially in those situations. I don't mean those bootleg and he running all out.
No. Well, at least he's sliding more and he's falling
he's a
down.
good slider,
Not
yes.
taking those direct hits, so that's a good thing.
And he threw the ball away too, because there were some times there he was pressure, and I was like, throw the ball away. And he did it too,
He does have that awareness.
Yes, he does.
Which is great.
Yes, he does.
That one.
Yeah, he threw the ball away, and they called it intentional grounding.
I didn't get that, but I
crazy. Well, AJ was there. It was like, they were just off signals, and that happens. So why is that intentional grounding?
He wasn't outside the pocket.
Maybe one of you.
Yeah, right. He wasn't outside the pocket.
No, they didn't say it was that. They said it was because it was a blitz and
he got the penalty because he wasn't outside the pocket. That's why he got the penalty.
He wasn't a player that came that made it a penalty, because if they said if it wasn't an all-out blitz, it would not have been one. It was what the defense done that made it a
intentional grounding.
Had one man not came, something they were saying as far as what the defense done as a blitz or whatever, that's what made it the grounding. Because other than that, like you said, he was in the area and it would have been considered an incomplete pass.
Right.
Nevertheless.
But that's okay, because then we score in that next play.
There you
We
go.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we was down, I think it was 17-7 or something like that at one point.
They had to call the bookies back and say that didn't work.
It was.
At least it worked to our advantage.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, thank
I thought we
goodness.
I thought we was gonna get the fumble when Washington fumbled in the end zone. I said we got it, but I was like, damn, they covered up for the touchdown. I was like, wow.
Won that. Yeah, it was a good. I felt it was a good game. I'm just saying.
It was
It was a good
That
game.
was a challenge.
That
Yeah,
was a good one.
it's a.
But I thought we shouldn't have been there. We should have.
Right,
Right.
if you think about it, they made it the good game because I thought we were winning and it was going to be a great game for us, and they made it an interesting game, a good game.
But isn't that what you want?
Give them credit. Washington
No.
played a good game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They made it.
I
They
know.
made it the good game by us.
I want a
I guess,
convincing
lacking-
win all the
lacking
time.
in the
I
end.
understand.
All the time.
All the time.
Listen, sometimes you got to give a little challenge to see what we have in the bag. Well, we saw poor time management because that whole fiasco with the 1 second and not running the clock down was.
Yeah, all
I
of
think
that
we all called
is
that
the
except
same.
for Nick Sirianni. He called something different, but it is what it is. A win is a win.
That's what
That's
I.
right.
Yep, that's
I
it.
actually wrote that down. A win is a win.
A win is a win.
Right.
Win, lose, or tie.
Yes.
That's it. Eagles until I die.
All right.
And you know that's right.
All right. So
Mhm.
what's the key? Now we know, and Morrow did have 2 sacks. Let's mention that.
He had 3. Oh,
Yeah,
but
he had
Oh,
three.
yeah, he had 3. I'm sorry. Yep. Thank you. Yes, he did.
I think Reddick got his cast off, so he should be.
Yeah, he got his cast off.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
he got quarterback once or twice. He was getting there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, he's hungry for one. He's gonna have a breakout game. Watch.
I just want to
A lot
know
of
where we
double
have,
oh, we have a prediction.
where
We're gonna
are
have a
we
breakout
having the
game.
Super Bowl party at?
Oh,
That's
my
all.
Well, you guys talk
all
about that. I
about
lost my pen. Any predictions for the Rams? That's going to be a good.
Yes, they will lose.
Are we away? Are we away? Or
Yeah, we're away. It's a 405
Yeah, the
game.
Rams will lose. Yes, I do.
that's gonna be a home game for us. Watch.
Uh,
21-10.
I'm saying every
Oh, yeah,
time
they travel.
that we travel,
that's one thing I
good.
must say about us too. We travel strong wherever we at.
I want to take predictions, but I can't find my pen. It fell. So.
Oh, wow.
Take it to the bank. 21-10.
Yeah.
Now, how am I going to remember that truck? Who's going to remember that? 21-10. That's a good score. I actually
Yeah,
like.
I think this game. I think this game. I think we're gonna score big on this game. I have a feeling. I think it's
I'll
gonna
write
be,
them down.
We're gonna be a 40. We're gonna be in the 40 range.
Oh,
How about
What are the Rams going to be like? You only think the Rams is going to score 10 points?
They're gonna score,
against
but
our defense? Yes.
What did you say, boy?
I say it's going to be up in the 40s. I don't know what I'm going to give the Rams, but it's going to be up in the 40s. I say maybe 41 to 17.
okay. I like your optimism.
I know, right?
Got
You stand with 21-10,
I think they're gonna
21-10.
You know why? What the Eagles going to show up? They're going to see a lot of superstars there. You can probably go see LeBron there. You're going to see, so they're going to be like, man, look at these. Everybody can see us, you know.
So that's gonna be their motivation.
Oh, yeah, you know.
I'd rather see any other star, but I'm so tired of hearing about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
I'm sick of that.
Trailer.
Yeah.
I'm sick of that.
Oh, I looked up their standings. They're 2-2, so they're not that great.
No.
Listen,
But those teams are really hard to predict because they'll, play their hearts out, and sometimes we don't prepare well.
So what's your
prepare
prediction
well?
score?
Huh?
What's your prediction score?
We've had pretty high scores lately. I'm gonna say 31-21.
Okay. That's a good score.
Write that down. Write that down. 31-20. That is a good one. Rock, what you doing?
I got 24-21 Eagles.
Hey,
Well,
that's a close game.
Close.
It's gonna be a close game.
Wait, so we all have the Eagles, right?
Oh, yeah.
Given,
Oh,
right?
yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know, Adrian. We got to ask you sometime to be sure. So maybe we should ask that again. So we do all have the Eagles, correct, Adrian?
I would show you, but you
Okay.
can't see it. So be
Now,
surprised.
we're not going to, I was going to say something, but I'm going to leave Dallas out of this.
What?
Rock, I'm sorry. No, not that Adrian has gone against us.
Yeah, we're not going to go back.
That's in the past.
We're not going back.
Yeah,
What are we
you
doing?
were Big Bro before.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Predictions, please.
I'm
waiting.
sorry. Rock, what did you say?
24-21 Eagles.
Okay, and then Kevin.
We're going to win. Okay, I got to give a score, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, 4 touchdowns and the field goal. That's like 31-17. Somebody said that already?
No, I say 41. I say 41-17.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
31-17 Eagles. Of course.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go 35-28 Eagles.
That's a close game too.
Yeah, I hope it's a close game.
Oh no, they ain't gonna blow out the Rams.
I like blowouts.
I know you and Adrian like
You want to?
I like wins.
people really get stressed out over these games, and
Yes.
The only
Yeah.
score was a safety, and we had it. I'll take that.
I
Yeah.
get pissed off when we lose. It's not just it ruins my day.
Yeah, the whole Monday going to work.
yeah,
The whole
fans are
Monday
very
going to work.
emotional about that. Yeah, I understand. All
Spoken
right,
like a true diehard.
yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. What I didn't write down is that it was a media day for the Sixers. Did anybody hear?
Yes,
What?
media day and James Harden did not show up, and the balance of power has changed in the East. So the Sixers better do something.
Oh, what did I hear? I heard that.
Drew Holiday went to Boston, and Damian Lillard's in Milwaukee.
Who went to
Yeah,
Boston?
Yeah, this is all I have.
That Holiday didn't get traded.
Holiday got traded to the Celtics.
Yep.
He's Russian.
Holiday is at the Celtics, and Dame Lillard is in Milwaukee. So I don't know where we are.
Well, I'll say this about the Celtics. With them trade Grant Williams, Marcus Smart, and now Robert Williams, they lost their heart and soul. Those were the guys that did all the dirty work. So
especially Smart,
Marcus Smart, and Jesse
and Grant Williams and Robert Williams. Robert Williams used to give us fits, so I'm glad they all gone. So
and now with Drew Holiday, they're guard heavy. I mean, you still have Brown. He's a shooting guard.
Well, he's probably not. I don't think
he's gonna move up to the forward.
They say he may
small
move
forward.
to the forward because because they got rid of Brogdon, so they got rid of Brogdon and Smart.
Yo, Chuck, you don't think the league is going mostly guards the majority of the games now? That's where they going so far.
Boston is built on their forwards. So
years.
That's a good. Who is the big man in Boston?
That's going to be Porzingis. Porzingis is in Boston now.
Yeah.
Oh, you forgot. Yeah.
And Horford's still there. So
he should be in the box now. He should be.
But Harden didn't show up
be
for
a player
media
coach.
day. So I figured he wasn't going to show up for media day. But if he doesn't come to camp, the clock starts on his 30 days. And after 30 days, the Sixers can block him from being a free agent next year. So it's going to be interesting. He wants to get traded, and I understand that, but
nobody wants him.
Really no market. Exactly, Adrian. There's no market for him.
Yeah.
So he needs to play well to have a job next year. But on Paul George's and I think Steven Jackson's podcast, Matt Barnes' podcast, they were saying he's getting ready to play himself out of the league because ain't nobody going to give him $35 million. The act is old. Okay, he done did it twice. So 3 strikes, you're out, and you're doing it again. Nobody.
Chuck, let me ask you something. Let me ask. Somebody was saying today at work that such and such BS wants to come back.
Oh, don't
Oh
say.
yeah, that was
Oh, yeah, I
that
saw
last week. Yeah.
I didn't hear that he want to come back. He just said that Philadelphia would always be his home, and he was.
No, I heard that he would like to come back.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not gonna say.
You mean the number that showed up be
That-
named?
Yeah, I heard that too. He said he would like to come back. After,
Yeah.
after we burn the house down, he wants to come back.
When they interviewed him, you can tell that interview he was being sarcastic. He doesn't want to come back here. He does not come back here.
I'm really.
I didn't hear him say he want to come back, but I
Yeah,
hear him say that he always.
yeah, he always liked Philadelphia, but he alluded to the fact that put that he may come back, but he don't want to come back here.
Well, we don't want him back. So
We
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Right. I ain't even trying to act like I heard him say he wanted
It
to
took
come
us
back.
too long to get rid of him.
Yeah,
You're new, but you see, I just put his two initial. I didn't want to mention his name.
I didn't, like, what? Who?
You know, in Emmons.
They need to be on the same boat together. Them and him.
I'm just. It's a shame. That's a shame. Well,
Yeah,
that's-
well, we know that Embiid can't do it by himself, and pretty soon he's
Yeah.
I
gonna
think
have to go.
organization,
We can put him on the
organization trying to force Embiid out. I think the organization going to try to force Embiid out. You got all them knuckleheads there too. He ain't got no problem with them this year.
Well, like I said before, Daryl Morey is on the clock. Daryl Morey might be gone before Embiid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they trying to force Joe out of there and get some other
Especially
players.
Are they trying to force him, or that's what he wants to do? Because I really think that was the question.
There is going on with that though, because you get all these knucklehead guys that really can't play and shoot and just cause havoc. You got a lot of attitude on the team, and that ain't going good with Joe. That ain't going good with that being a good fit for Joe at all.
Well, I
What's
heard
going on with that?
Joe and Doug, I will not let Joe pass the buck on to somebody else.
What you mean?
Joe, his ain't nothing nobody fault that he ain't performing. He got that MVP that he always thought he was and never performed up to par when it was time to do it. I'm about to let it with him.
They
Like I
can't
said,
bring
I've never been
nobody
a-
else. They can't bring no other star in here. They can't bring no other stars in here. There ain't no other stars coming here. Ain't no
No,
other
that's
stars.
not what I
here.
said.
because I heard the talk at the end of last week.
You look at it in the scope of things, there's no other big stars coming here. There's no other big stars coming here. He's just making moves now just to make moves.
Now, well, next year there's a big free agent class, so he may be setting up for next year. But I think they should go, since Brogdon got traded from Boston. I think they should try to bring Brogdon here, because initially they had a deal for Brogdon and Buddy Hield when they were both in Indiana, and they turned it down for Ben Simmons. And that's the deal in hindsight they should have took, because Harden ended up being a pain, and of course we know about that other guy. So it's still some deals out there to be made, but next year is when the free agent class is out there, and that's why they want to get Harden off the books, because they'll have cap space next year.
Yeah, but then
But
you
we
gonna
gotta play. But we gotta play to win this year.
they
You
play
wait another year of
play
Embiid.
hard to Zach LaVine, but Zach LaVine gonna want big money too next year. Like he
My
don't
point
really
is, Embiid days is numbered also. Like
I agree.
in a minute, he's not going to be worth nothing. Everybody going to be looking at him like he's just another big man. He's not going to be that dominant center that everybody at one time.
And if he's dominant, he's only dominant through at least half of the season.
Well, he's got to stay healthy. That's the whole key.
But
And
he's
we
not a
don't know
healthy
what the
person.
Sixers can be, because we've never had him 100% in the playoffs.
Except for last year, and then that's what we got out of him.
And no, he was hurt last year too.
It doesn't take much.
Yes, he was hurt.
And he's not getting
He
any
did
younger.
jam his pinky. I
Well,
forgot.
look, the main thing last year, what happened to him, he got his MVP, so now he can just concentrate, try to get at least past the second round, man, for real.
that even backs up what I'm thinking. You might as well get rid of him if he can get something out of him.
Mhm.
Well,
Now,
rest assured,
you gotta give Nick Nurse a chance.
I agree.
You got a new
I
coach
agree.
that's going to bring in a new system.
I agree.
Okay, so you got to give him a
Great
chance.
coach.
And Nick Nurse will play young guys. Doc didn't like to play young guys. So we gotta let it play out first.
You bring in
check back at mid-season.
Danny, you bring in
Adrian. I'm a fan.
You bringing Danny Green back really as a shooter? Danny Green?
Yeah,
No, that's better. That's veteran leadership. That's veteran leadership.
What? You got to shoot.
This is what the league has come to.
I mean, it looks nice. It's a nice look. Why is there pulling in mine?
Hey,
that's the problem. This is the NBA.
That's not our problem.
Oh, did you see that? What is going on with him?
I don't get it. I'm hoping it's a skit of
He
something.
got black nails too.
He got
eyeliner. Dennis Rodman moment.
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman.
I thought you poured Prince up. I was gonna say, what he got to do with this?
Doesn't he look like
Joanna Man?
I can't.
What
was it?
Ike Turner.
We done lost all.
I know. Thank you. I mean, I'm so glad you put the Eagles back up.
You gotta remember too. He don't listen to rap. He listen to country music too. You know. That's
that wasn't the country look.
He looks like what was that Dracula movie with Eddie Murphy? Or no, he actually looks like Dave Chappelle when he did Prince.
Telling you, when you first pulled it up, I was just saying Prince. What the hell?
You know, I'm a fan. That's a shame.
Man, you done lost the whole
I know. I don't know what. I don't know where.
Hey, look, he didn't get Damian Lillard, so he'd have lost his mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Guess that's enough to drive.
I'd say I'd be looking forward to the Sixers, but I don't know what we're going to get.
None of us coming.
I am looking forward to the Sixers so that I'll see what we have. But what I do know,
I ain't watching them.
To the championship. You just watch.
I'll see you at the finals. I'll see you at the finals.
That's right.
Going all the way.
Because when it starts, we all on the same playing level.
It was great. Joel Embiid. Go.
Ain't happening this year.
I'm telling you, they got another deal before the season starts. I'm telling you.
They talking about Zach LaVine. They've been trying to talk to him for a while because Chicago got to get rid of him. I don't know if he want to come here though, but
if he gets traded, he ain't got no choice.
Yeah, right? But he might be pitching the too. Pitching the fit too. Like
everybody ain't James Harden. Everybody ain't James Harden.
Yeah, but we're 0-for-2 with that James Harden. How we get two of the worst? We just can't get rid of off our
right. We get two babies,
Emmons and Harden. Now we can't say his name, but that's the Sixers. And the WNBA finals, we have the Los Angeles Aces.
Las Vegas.
I'm sorry, and that's what it says. Versus,
I'm sure Los Angeles would be glad if they were still in it.
I know, right?
Didn't Vegas win last year?
Yeah, they're number one, and then number two versus the New York Liberty in the best of 5, and that series starts on Sunday. The Aces will host games 1, 2, and 5 if necessary. So that's the WNBA finals. He tearing it up out there. And in boxing, the fight, the Jermaine Charlo versus lost to Canelo Alvarez, and but he remains.
I didn't watch it, but what
fighter senior middleweight.
What was your thought, dude?
What'd you say?
No, I said, what was your thoughts in the fight?
It was boring. He did nothing. He ain't do nothing I expected him to do. It was boring. It was a boring fight.
It's never worked. These past couple fights that are supposed to be like these great fights have been duds. You asked me to stay up late, and I see nothing. So,
and you made it. You made it through the fight, me. You made it through.
I was all ready for it, and but I can give testament what Kevin says. Like, you could tell when they come out, like whatever. And I saw like the first 3 rounds, and Canelo looked like he was tapping him pretty good. Jermaine was trying, but that whole oh my goodness, that drives me crazy. That's enough to put you to sleep. It looks like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It's just a crazy thing. So
even the undercards was not even that good either.
No, when they robbed the one guy, the fight before him, that was hot. That was hot.
Lubin.
I
think he didn't sign the contract with somebody, and they told him, "Don't worry about it. Just make it through the fight. We got you."
Now, Chuck, I was up for that one, and that was a robbery.
That
was
You got to start texting me and let me know when these fights are because I've been sleeping on them.
Yeah,
hey, that was a better.
literally. Because it was like 11,
Yeah, they
12
robbed
midnight.
Lubin. They did rob Lubin.
Yeah,
No,
Ramos.
they gave Lubin the fight. Right?
Ramos.
They robbed the other boy,
Ramos. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
He was
right?
popular.
Erickson Lubin.
Mm-hmm. So that's boxing. So we have 2 minutes left. Any tidbits before we go?
No, let's watch the Phils and win.
Yeah, go Phillies.
Right. We gonna start off.
If you're not doing anything on Saturday, Colorado comes on at 6:30.
Oh, did you see them almost come back?
I did.
Saturday.
I did.
They
Oh,
What
ought
was
to have
the
after
score?
the one when they got
Yeah,
whipped
because
the
I
week
watched the
before.
one.
41-48.
They
Oh,
got
wow.
whipped
Yeah,
up.
must see TV.
Was Colorado like the Michigan Fab Five like back in the day?
Yeah.
Everybody's going. Everybody's like going to celebrities. Everybody's going to the games.
Oh, it's
that's-
Coach Prime.
It's just Coach
That's
Prime.
because of Dion, right? Dion,
what
and he
they-
has 2 of his sons on his team.
Teams,
They-
yeah.
and they can really play. His son.
He got
Yeah,
2 of his
play.
sons, you said,
They're
right?
not just on the
Yeah.
team. They can really
Yeah,
play.
Yeah, they can
Unfortunately, one of the few college games I watched was against Colorado and Colorado State where they were blown out. So,
That's all right.
No, they didn't get blown out by Colorado State.
who did they get
They
blown out by?
They got blown
Arkansas.
out by Oregon. They got blown
Oregon.
out by Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah. So
But he got some of the best recruits on his team too. That's another thing too. They just got a gel.
Look, they 3-2. They won 1 game last year, so it's already a success.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
he's
All right.
turned them around already.
So before we get
Exactly.
off, we'll look forward to that. But our main thing is the Phillies tomorrow, and then I like how we went the whole hour. Like that's pretty good, you guys. We talked good.
11 minutes.
But we're gonna get cut off. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment.
Starring Rocky Meek, Noop, Adrian Chuck, Big Boy Lloyd.